What's up, friends, fellow card collectors? Card Obvious here, and today we are back with another binder review. This is day 3. This is binder number 3. Only have one more after this, so we're past the halfway mark. This is the aughts, I guess you could call it, the early 2000s, the turn of the century. Maybe I'll call it that, the turn of the century binder. So this covers 2000 through 2009, and this is probably the thinnest of my binders because I really lack a lot of cards from the early 2000s, especially the 2000 to 2006 range. I really lack a lot of cards for, so that'll be something to look for in the future, because like when you buy those Fairfield boxes, they tend to be like a lot of late 80s early 90s junk wax era production cards, and you might get a few late 90s, early 2000s cards sprinkled in there, but very rarely do you see it. It's mostly, you can tell where the wave of the production in the market in baseball cards was. Like it peaked in the late 80s, early 90s, went down late 90s, came back up around 2010 or so, and you know, we're still on that rising peak right now. So you don't see a lot of cards from this era, especially the early 2000s. But I ramble too much. Let's go ahead and get into the cards. So here we got Upper Deck Black Diamond, Chipper Jones. That's a Fleer Gamers card. 2000 Impact Chipper Jones. Topps, that's the Topps base Chipper Jones. The base Cal Ripken. There's actually 4 versions of this card. I got 2 of them here. They say different things down here. These are both card 238, and that's it. So consecutive game streak ends, 4 under the home run. I think there's 2 more that say different things. Mariano Rivera here, World Series insert, and a couple US playing cards of Honus Wagner and Warren Spahn. And then moving on to 2001, we got, there's a blank page right there. I like to put blank pages in between my ears to show, you know, the difference between the years, because sometimes I can't tell where a year ends and another begins. So this is a rookie reprint from 2001 Bowman Early Win, Fleer Tradition Smoltz. This is SP Game Used, Archives right here, 2001 Topps Archives, Topps Combos. These were like an insert set. Here's another one, Topps Combos, that were like artistic, kind of like these. Of course, I'm a fool for artistic cards. This one, Vlad and Clemente, and this one's got Randy Johnson, Warren Spahn, Steve Carlton, and Sandy Koufax, all Hall of Famers. Here's a Whitey Ford insert card through the reprint, along with his Ozzie Smith 87 reprint right here. 2001 Upper Deck Legends, Tom Seaver. We got 2001 Upper Deck Legends of New York, Whitey Ford, and Upper Deck Vintage Mike Mussina. So these are some sets you don't see quite often around with a lot of people, because a lot of people that are making videos today are my age, so this was a time in their lives that they probably weren't collecting. So let's go to 2002. Only one page of these. Greats of the Game, Bob Gibson and Tony Perez. Pretty plain cards there. Dueling Duos. This is an insert set from the Greats of the Game set. This one's got Kiner and Duke Snider. Topps 206. 206 is a pretty cool collection. Another one of those artistic cards, and it's got a bunch of different variations in it to chase. So like you see, Randy Johnson here. This is the purple jersey version, and then you got 2 of these Pudges, which one's a gray jersey, one's a white jersey. And I think there's another variation of this card as well. And then down here you got Tom Seaver and Joe Morgan, retired players. Right here you got 2002 Archives, Don Sutton. Alright, moving on to 2003. You got a Bazooka Comics right here at the Topps, Chipper Jones. And then these all look like 83 Donruss, but they're not. They're all reprints. 2003, for I guess the 20-year anniversary, Donruss put out a reprint set of 83 Donruss. So all these are reprints. Ozzie Smith, Tom Seaver, Smith, all Hall of Famers. I got this entire set, and I got all the Hall of Famers in here. As you can see, Dave Winfield, Cal Ripken, Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn, the puzzle card. And then closing it out for 2003, we got Flair Greats Pee Wee Reese and another Whitey Ford. This is Topps all-time fan favorites there. I'm not sure if that was a set or an insert set or what. So then we move on to 2004. We had Greats of the Game, Glory, their Tom Don Drysdale. This is a serial number card. At a 1962, Tom Glavine always looks weird to me in a Mets jersey. But there's Tom Glavine from Leaf. And this is a Leaf Cornerstones. Tom Glavine and Piazza, so 2 Hall of Famers on there. Jim Thome McDonald's card for the Phillies. This is Playoff Honors Class Reunion. It's got Chipper and Mike Mussina on it. Greg Maddux for, what is this? Skybox LE. This was around the time they started doing retail and hobby versions of different cards. I got this listed as a retail on my list here. Jim Thome, this is SP Authentic. Top Sporting News and Topps Heritage right here. 2004 Topps Heritage. And then here we got Upper Deck Yankees Classics, Whitey Ford and Upper Deck Glossy. So Upper Deck 2004 I guess had non-glossy versions. I'm not sure this is the only version I got. It's pretty glossy, so I assume it's a glossy card. Alright, moving on to 2005. Another just smattering of cards here in 2005. We got the Bazooka. These are called Gold Chunks, or Bazooka Gold Chunks. Chipper Jones. Got Donruss Team Heroes. You may have seen me break open some of these packs on my Pack Mixer group breaks. Upper Deck Pastime Pennants. Ozzie Smith. Here's a Fleer Follow the Leader. This is the die cut Greg Maddux. See, it's got the rounded corners. Upper Deck Classics Bob Gibson and Bob Lemon. So, like a lot of these old sets, I would love to see like boxes of them go on sale, because I would love to get into a box of them. Like, especially a set like this is full of Hall of Famers. I mean, that's right up my alley. Alright, so 2006, got a few more 2006s. I got back into collecting in 2007. I didn't go all out, but you know, I did collect quite a bit in 2007. So 2006, 2007, 2008, I do have a few more cards, but you'll see mostly like Braves cards or Greg Maddux, Chipper Jones. Here's Greg Maddux, Chipper Jones. Here's Mantle Home Run History. I think this set ran for like 3 years. 2006, 2007, 2008. These were inserts in Topps products. So takes a while to put together this whole set, but it commemorates every of Mantle's home runs. It tells on the back what day it was, what stadium they're at, who the opponent was, what inning it was in, who was the pitcher, and who was on base, and whether he was hitting righty or lefty when he hit it. Pretty wild. So like 521 here was hit in Yankee Stadium against the Detroit Tigers in the 7th inning against Earl Wilson with one person on base. So that's pretty interesting. That'd be a huge set to put together, all of Mickey Mantle's home runs. Here's some more of them right here. Is Upper Deck Maddux. And that is it for 2006. 2007, we got Artifacts, Bowman Gold, John Smoltz, Bowman Heritage, another Bowman Heritage, Chipper Jones. This is Authentic Power from SP. Oh, it's SP Authentic. This was an insert set in Topps Distinguished Service. So it's Ted Williams. Topps Heritage, Chipper Jones. Hit Parade was an insert set. Mickey Mantle Story was also an insert set. And I think this ran over a couple years as well. The Mickey Mantle Story talks about his career. And there's a few more of the Mickey Mantle Story cards. Topps Moments and Milestones. This is like one of the wildest set ideas that Topps has ever done, in my opinion. So like you have cards for each stat. So like 20 runs, Third stolen base, 15th stolen base. I wonder if it actually talks about the actual stolen base on the back. I've never like actually looked at it. No, it looks like the backs are pretty. They pretty much just say it talks about the player in general. But you notice these are each numbered out of 150. So like if somebody had 35 stolen bases in the season, they would have 35 cards about them stealing each base, each numbered to 150. And I think there's parallels that are even numbered to less. Crazy idea for a set. I don't think it went over very well because you don't see moments and milestones anymore. Here's regular Topps 2007 Topps, black borders. Like I love black border cards, but this design I really didn't care for. It's got the 4 boxes in the corners. Of course, this set was known when I first started getting back into collecting. It was when 2007 Topps came out, and you had that Jeter card that had George W. Bush in it and Mickey Mantle in the dugout. George W. Bush was in the stands, and that card was like all hyped. People were selling it for like $100 on eBay. I sold one for like $40, like right after I ripped it out of the pack. You could probably get them now for a couple bucks if I imagine. They weren't that rare. Here's a Trading Places insert. Maddox going from the Dodgers to the Padres. This was an insert set for Ted Williams that commemorated the year he hit 400. And it talks about, each week going through what his batting average was for that week. Look at that. June 7th through 12th, he was still hitting 410. This set I absolutely love. I would love to pick up a box of this. Upper Deck Masterpieces, like you can imagine what Gallery is now, or Diamond Kings, and these cards like feel like canvas, like some of those Gallery cards do. But I absolutely love Upper Deck Masterpieces. Awesome set. Oh yeah, earlier you heard me talking about the retail hobby parallels. So this is a Fleer Ultra. This is the hobby. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's got that refractor on the foil right there. This is the retail, which doesn't have that refractor stuff. So this is the only way to tell between hobby and retail on 2007 Ultra was that foil there. Now this one's gold. It's got the gold foil on it. I think that was retail only. The gold parallels. I think there was an other parallel that was in the hobby packs, but I don't have that one. Future Stars, Upper Deck Future Stars, did not like that set. Really don't like that design. Gaudy, liked Gaudy. Gaudy was a cool little set. Some of these have regular backs and some have red backs and green backs. Like these two are red backs. This is a green back, which I think is a regular Gaudy, and then the red backs are like a parallel. And then an insert set, Triple Play Performers from Upper Deck, Chipper Jones. Alright, moving on to 2008. There's a gold Bowman Chipper Jones. 2008 set. A lot of people love the design of this set. This set was really disliked when it came out. I remember people saw this design get released by Topps the previous year in 2007, like I said, when I got back into collecting, and they dogged Topps for this on the forums and stuff, talking about how ugly the design is. Now people look back and they really love the 2008 design. Here's some Hall of Famers, some of those leader cards. This one's got Chipper Jones on it. This one's got John Smoltz on it. Here's a Texan Jones. This is all-time great rookies insert. You got Ozzie Smith here. This is a Heritage. I think it's a black back. Yeah, so like it's got the black number on the back. I think that's a parallel Pedro, and then Upper Deck Tom Glavine and Chipper Jones. 2008 documentary up here. This was another crazy set idea by Upper Deck, and in theory, like, it was a really good idea, I guess you could say, because it's kind of similar to what Topps Now is doing, but Topps Now is implementing it better. So, for example, documentary wanted to document every game for every team. So every game, I think it's every winning game, maybe? No, because this one's got a loser on it. So yeah, every game. So each team has 160 some cards. What I didn't like about this set is a lot of the cards share the same picture. So, like, this one talks about Game 101, Braves beat the Marlins 9-4. Rookie center fielder scores 3, drives in 3 in victory. But you got a picture of Chipper Jones on here, not that rookie center fielder, who I'm trying to guess in 2008. Who's a rookie center fielder for the Braves in 2008? Wasn't Jordan Schaefer, because he was later on. Oh, this is going to kill me. Alright, I gotta look. Gregor Blanco. A lot of people know him for playing with the Giants, but Gregor Blanco was a rookie center fielder for the Braves. Why not have Gregor Blanco's picture on there? That's one thing I didn't like about documentary. But let me get off documentary's case. Here's StarQuest inserts from Upper Deck. These had different parallels. They say them on the back, whether they're common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare, stuff like that. Some more Gowdy, 2008 Gowdy. Upper Deck Timeline. Yankee Stadium Legacy is another one of those wild sets. I don't know what it was about 2006 through 2008 and like these massive insert sets. Yankee Stadium Legacy, excuse me. It was like 3,000 cards or something like that. It's pretty wild. There's a Ken Griffey Jr. This one's the uncommon. The Smoltz is the common. So that's 2008. Now here's another Yankee Stadium Legacy card. Just wild for them to, make a set that's like 3,000 cards. Okay, 2009. Here we got a mini of Ted Williams from Goodwin Champions. So Upper Deck was still licensed here, so they could still make baseball cards in 2009. And Goodwin Champions was mainly a baseball set. It's not the same Goodwin Champions you see now. They were trying to piggyback off Allen and Ginter. So, Roy Halladay, love this card. This is like one of my favorite cards. I love the o-pee-chee black borders. I've already mentioned why I like these certain cards because of the black borders. But this card in particular, this Roy Halladay, obviously shot in a studio with the black background, just looks so well on this o-pee-chee black border card. One of my favorite cards, very aesthetically pleasing. Topps 206, Honus Wagner. Heritage Then and Now with Whitey and CC. Here's a Goodwin's Champions of Whitey Ford. This is Gowdy 4-1, so you had a couple different versions of this. You had blue, red, green maybe. Don't quote me on that. And then Upper Deck X, which a lot of you may know as seeing the die cut cards from X. This is 2009. I like the 2008 Upper Deck X more than 2009, but like this 2009 Upper Decks you see here was like the last hurrah for Upper Deck. I'm pretty sure 2009 was the last year that Upper Deck made licensed baseball cards. But like I said, don't quote me on that. But anyways, that is my binder for the aughts, for the turn of the century. Plenty of room to fill in this binder, and I got plenty of space to add stuff. There was a lot of sets, there were still a lot of companies, but this decade right here marked the end of all these different companies being able to produce sets. Upper Deck, Fleer, Donruss. Now I don't think Score made any cards in the early 2000s. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. But you still had Upper Deck in the game, you still had Fleer in the game, and that all ended at the end of this decade. Thanks to the exclusive agreement for Topps. So the next binder, which is going to be from 2011 to modern, you're going to see mostly just Topps and Panini, and then you start to see Panini in the game with their unbranded or unlicensed sets, and I guess they've been doing well enough that they're making profit off of it. They keep making them. I know a lot of people don't like Panini because of their lack of licensing, but me personally, I could see past that. Which is tough for a lot of us older collectors to see past non-licensings not having the logos or team names on there, because that's what we grew up with. So, but either way, that was my binder for the turn of the century. Hope y'all appreciated it. Hopefully, I was going to say hopefully this was a shorter video, but it's probably still going to be around 20 minutes. But I appreciate y'all watching. This is Card Obvious. Remember, you can only control your thoughts and your actions. Stay positive. Keep ripping them packs, and I'll catch you tomorrow for the last day of the decade and the last binder to show off. So thank you all. Peace.